Starting from where Jamila ended, these are the 6 families that deals with stresses. Each family has 2 kids that attend a daycare. Sarah's family, she started off being a teenage mother at 15. She had her first child. She used to live with her mother, but what happened was they didn't have the same views of how to raise her child, so she left her mom. She ended up living in her car, but her car stopped working, so she ended up living under a bridge. She got pregnant again for the second time because due to a rape, so she was desperate to try to find some type of help. She has made a better life for herself now. She's going to school. She has a place to live. She has a place to work. She still has her struggles because she's still living, I would say, paycheck to paycheck, day to day. And then you have Roberto's family. He has a 4-year-old daughter. She's in a program as well. Him and his wife don't speak very well English, so when they try to communicate with the educator at the school, they have a lot of problems because their child has a disability, a hearing disability. So the parents tell them all the time they need a specialist, but they're scared to go see a specialist due to the fact that they don't speak very well English, and he's had problems with the government before, so him and his wife don't really want to put any their names on papers, fill out paperwork because of the situation he had with the government. Junior's family, with dealing with him and his family all live in one small household. He has numerous family members, and Junior just, when he goes to do the daycare, he cries and cries and cries all the time, and educators don't know what to do to comfort him. His grandmother used to take care of him while she was well, but now she's sick, so she can barely care for herself, so she can't care for Junior. So that's one of the reasons the educators believe he just cries and cries, because he's very scared. But the family members can't do much because although there's so many family members in the household, most of them are gone throughout the day due to trying to find as much work as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have Michael's family. He's really quiet and to himself, but everyone loves Michael because even though he's shy, he's a sweet boy. The problem with this situation is Michael has 2 moms, and a lot of the educators at the school have different views about this. Some are not for the 2 mothers, and some are for the 2 mothers. A lot of, most of the time, they try to figure out what they can do to help the parents, because a lot of times the teachers don't really see the mom. They come in and go in as quickly as possible. I feel as though it's probably due to they not feeling comfortable because of some of the teachers' views and religion, so they are put off by them. Then you have Courtney's family. She has 4 children, 2 children. She has 4 children. 2 children attend daycare as well. Her 4-year-old child that goes to the daycare was abused when he was younger by his father. So a lot of the daycare owners know that if his father ever comes around, they have a restraining order, so he's not allowed to take his child. But her husband now is Native American, and he's really into his views and his religion and his culture. So during Thanksgiving time, the teachers put up some pictures that were like pilgrims and stuff like that. He felt offended, so he asked the teachers could they take them down, and they did to respect his views, and basically still had Thanksgiving celebrated, but in a way that basically does not disrespect his views. So that was good. Then you have the Jackson family. They're more religious as well when it comes to their family. Their religion is how the differences the children eat, and how they believe that the way the teachers are feeding the kids is not how their religion was taught, of how they should. They also didn't like that they also didn't like their children learning someone else's religions during Christmas time. So they asked the teachers to basically not celebrate it almost, which wasn't, I didn't think, fair, but that's how they viewed that's how their views were. So basically the teachers came together and thought of a way to still celebrate Christmas, but also respect their views. Now, throughout all these families, they all experience stresses. All 6 families have stresses. They all trying to become successful families. Okay, stress as a positive force. Stress isn't always bad. They say sometimes stress is good, like in the aspect of when you learn to walk. The way you learn to walk is you putting stress onto your pelvic area and the bones around your pelvic area to make it stronger. So that's why stress isn't always bad, but too much stress can be bad as well, because think about it as an aspect of a baseball player. If they put too much stress on their arm, their joints and stuff tend to hurt, and they become more likely to hurt in the aspect of being able to throw the ball like a pitcher and when they bat. So more likely or not, they won't be able to participate as much, and they will need more physical, like, I guess, help. So like, you know, they always have to have ice and things like that. You know, when you play sports and you overdo something, like if you overextend your leg, you get hurt and things like that. And stress is a growth factor. It helps us, you know, become who we are. Resilient children. The definition of the book gives you of resilient children is children who have the psychological strength to recover from misfortune or emerge intact from a history of severe distress. Resilient children found attachment in their early years. They received enough attention and nurturing early on to gain a sense of trust. Their lives may have been marked by abandonment, but at some point they found someone to believe in them and care about them. Resilient children were able to make connections because they had the ability to elicit positive responses from others. They found at some point in their lives that they were needed by someone. This gave them a sense of their own power. Each resilient child had a positive vision of a meaningful life. Despite the hardships life they sensed, and their attitude made all the difference in the world. Helping all children become resilient children. So these are the 5 things that help children, basically to teach your children to become resilient. You provide support for the child and the family. Encourage connections, help build a network. Children and families need all the support they can get, whether it be informal or formal. Teach the skills necessary for making connections and gaining support. Teach children social skills. Teach ways to initiate contact, maintain, and encourage families to focus on positive discipline techniques and model pro-social behavior. Teach your children problem-solving skills. Give children responsibilities. They feel as require them to help out. They feel like they are more independent this way. And provide role models. My mission statement is every family is different. Many families have various successes and many families have numerous stresses. As a future educator, I vow to be there for my students and their families through the good and the bad. I vow to help my students stay on track with school when life gets in their way. I want my students to look to the future with a positive mindset. I want my students to know that it is okay to be afraid, because being afraid makes us stronger. We can get through the fears and never let them stop us. And these are my 6 levels of parental involvement. For volunteering, I would have parents volunteer to discuss about their culture, religion, and traditions. Have parents volunteer to make informational pamphlets about their culture, religion, etc. to give out to other parents. Basically, just have them volunteer so that they feel as though they have a part in society, in the school system as well. Parenting, I have teachers and parents set up video calls at home to help students with homework and have an activity that requires a parent and child to complete together, so you know they can interact with one another. Communicate, and parents write down what they think their child needs to improve on, and vice versa each month. Like vice versa, I mean, have the teachers write down what they think the child needs to improve on to let the parents know. Put together the students' best work each month to show to the parents and parent-teacher conference. Learning at home, have teachers send home books with CDs that count families with different languages, like those who speak Spanish, French even, because, Chinese or anything like that. Have them help them learn, like, another language. Have parents quiz their child on what they are learning at school. Decision making, have parents decide what day or month should parents teach their culture or religion. Have students have a say in what they would like to see what happens during school year. Allows the child to have their own input on what they want to see. Collaborating with the family, have informational pamphlets, brochures, etc. like that for the parents. Have activities on Saturdays with the communities to celebrate each other's views. And this is my timeline. In August, we'll have orientation for new students. September, we have the meet and greet and culture discussion. That's basically having the parents decide which month they want to discuss their culture, so that even though even everybody has their own culture and religion, so basically each month they can have the parents decide what they want to talk about. October, fall extravaganza, kind of like a little play or a show to put on for the parents and the community and things like that. And then you have costume day. A lot of people don't celebrate Halloween, but so I say costume day so everybody can come in and have their own little costume. November will be appreciation month because not a lot of people celebrate holidays and Thanksgiving. So instead of saying Thanksgiving, say appreciation month to show everybody's appreciation. And you have a turkey giveaway. December you have present day. And a closed present day, not everybody celebrate holidays, so instead of Christmas, present day, so everybody feels included. And clothes drive for the winter time. January you have the conferences and Father Sunday, so sometimes fathers and sons together. February you have culture appreciation. So again, that's where all the parents come together and all as a community and everything. Instead of each separate month, we all come together as one and just have a day together where we appreciate everybody's culture. And then you have Mother-Daughter Day during February. March was Recycle Month and the Science Fair, so basically things you recycle you can turn into a science project and everybody can present it. April you have progress reports, and then the giant board game where we have each student choose out of a hat what board game they want and have the parents and them have their own, make a giant board game, and then at the end of the year we can do the whole giant board game at the end of the day. May we have a field trip, and then flower power, dealing with the environment that incorporates with school and things like that. And then you have June and the year party, the splash bash, basically because it's hot, maybe a little water activities and things like that.
Okay. My mission statement is to create a safe and constructive learning environment for children to explore and learn freely and with excitement. I want to make learning fun again. I want to find different ways to help the children be creative and discover who they are as learners. I plan to learn and embrace all cultures and help the children understand and do the same. I understand that there is no two families alike and they all have their own differences and stresses. I want to work with the families and the students to make sure that no extra pressure or stress can come from the school. And I want to be an outlet for my students where they can express themselves, learn freely, and be creative. I want to make an open place for families to come and communicate with me, and we can work together to find the best way to help their child. My 6 levels of parental involvement is volunteering. I want to have a culture day where parents can come in and discuss their cultures. They can bring in food or a certain type of dress, anything that can help express their culture. They can do that with the kids. I also want to have parents volunteer to come in and read with the class and be a teacher helper for the day. Parenting, for parenting, have teachers and parents use the Class Dojo app for easy communication or help with homework. So if, I understand some of the homework now can be kind of difficult and stuff, and sometimes parents just don't know what's happening, so I want them to easily be able to contact me so I can help them and guide them through it. Have the parents help the students with Culture Day presentation by discussing their culture and finding a creative way to share it with the class. Communicating, I'm going to have detailed emails, phone calls, and meetings to discuss the child's strengths and weaknesses and to help the child. My favorite pieces folder where the children put all of their favorite assignments and homeworks to show their parents. Learning at home would be a how do you know this? The parent should ask this question after doing homework with the child every night, and the parents must sign that their child had explained to them. Now I want to send out a checklist to see if the child and the parent are reading together every night. For decision makings, I want to have parents decide what they want to bring in for their culture and to express themselves, and have parents decide what community service event they want to partake in. I want to collaborate with the community by doing a community cleanup and like having students volunteer within the community and put on different programs and activities for the community to participate in. So for September, this is my to do. So September, I want to have open house and all about me and parental information exchange. I want to be a open environment for the parents, so I want them to ask me any questions. I want them to be to talk with the other parents, so the students, so they can all have information and talk to each other. For October, I want to have the writer celebration. It's where the students write something that's important about them, either a poem or a quiz or whatever, and they just read it to the parents. The parents come in or they read it to people. We have a Halloween party, and then I want to do my first community cleanup. In November is Farming Culture Day. It's the big potluck. So where families will come in, they'll bring a dish that represents their culture. We all share it and eat it together. I'll have progress reports and a phone conference. In December, we'll have a holiday party and a toy drive and a Christmas concert so the kids can dress up. January, we're having a parent-teacher conference. February is Historical Black Figures Week, and that's just when we talk about the different historical Black figures and Valentine's Day and stuff like that. And for March would be the St. Patrick's Day party, and since March is also National Women's Month, it's my favorite woman is, so they can talk about their mom, about another woman in history, anything that like they like to talk about. Progress reports will come out. April would be how the seasons change, so we talk about seasons and climate and stuff like that. The annual community treasure hunt, so you could put out like a little treasure hunt for all the kids in the community and other people to partake in. And then another parent-teaching conference. May would be our final community cleanup, and why my parent is great. So the parents come in, they celebrate the parents. And June is the end of the year party / picnic. There's a field day, and then we all get together and do my favorite moment in Miss Harris's class.